Namaskar. In the previous video, we have discussed what is philosophy. Armand, start करें. Namaskar. Today we'll discuss a very important topic, that is Western education philosophy. In the previous video, we have discussed what is philosophy, then your branches of philosophy, characteristics of philosophy, how education and philosophy are correlated, or the relationship between education and philosophy. Okay. Today we will discuss the Western education philosophy, like idealism, naturalism, and pragmatism. It means that in this class we will discuss the fundamental Western philosophy, not the contemporary philosophy. So at first we will discuss idealism. What is idealism? Idealism is one of the popular philosophy of life supported by thinkers like Socrates, Plato, Hegel, Kant, Guru Nanak, Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, Sarvapalli Radhakrishna, etc. The Vedic saints were also the great idealists. Actually, etymologically, the term idealism may be derived from the words idea and ideals. Idealism refers to the material object and physical worlds are the myth. It means that idealistic philosophy or idealism says that the material prosperity, material objects, or material world or physical world are the myth. These are temporary. And the real worlds, they are only the means to attain the spiritual reality. Yes, the material world or objects may be the means to attain the spiritual reality, but the reality is the mind, or spirit, or self, or mind are the real things in the world. So, spiritual development, spirituality, or mind or spirit are the reality. Matters or material world are the myth, or they are the temporary things. According to D.M. Dutt, idealism holds that ultimate reality is spiritualism. The ultimate reality is the spiritualism. Indeed, idealism is based on several characteristics. So, what I have told you, that idealism believes on the spirituality, and it is based on some of the characteristics. First thing, that ultimate reality is the mental or spiritual in nature. I have told you, idealism, or the philosophers who believe in idealism, they say that the ultimate reality is moral, is the mental or spiritual in nature. It is spiritual in nature. Spiritual development is the ultimate reality. Spiritual development is the ultimate development. The material world is moral and changing. Spiritual world is not changing, but material world is changing, and that is what it is. You are changing day by day, and body is mortal and soul is immortal. It believes on the soul, Atma, Paramatma. And the body is mortal, but soul is immortal, according to the idealistic philosophy. Similarly, values are the pre-existing, ultimate, and unchanging. Idealism believes on the pre-fixed, predetermined, pre-existent value, the higher values. Satyam, Shivam, Sundar, we can say. Okay. So it thinks that the spiritual knowledge, that is called the Brahma Jnana, spiritual knowledge is the highest knowledge according to idealism. Idealist believes in the fullest development of personality of an individual. Idealists believe that the fullest development of the personality of individuals. So these are the basic characteristics of idealism. Basic characteristics of idealism. Let me discuss of idealistic idealism. Now I have told you in the previous video that idealism, your philosophy has several branches. The branches like metaphysics, epistemology, axiology, okay, your ethics, logic, politics, etc. and etc. So these are the different branches of philosophy. Let me discuss here what are the philosophical basis of idealistic principle or idealism. Here we will discuss about three very important things. That is the metaphysics. You know, metaphysics is the branch of philosophy which deals with the reality. What is reality? That is stated by metaphysics. Similarly, epistemology is a branch of philosophy which speaks about the nature of knowledge. And axiology is also another branch of philosophy that explains about the nature of value. This is a very important question for you. So for the OTT, CTT or net education, OSTET, etc. You will get one question here. So what is the metaphysics of idealism? Idealism believes that the reality lies in the mind or spirit, not in matter. So it means that what is the reality? Spirit is the reality, mind is the reality, not the matter or material prosperity. It is earlier told you that matters are the changing things, metals are the temporary things. These are not the metaphysics or reality. Actually, spiritual development. These are the reality according to idealism. What is the real knowledge? What is the nature of knowledge according to your idealism? So, idealism, according to idealism, the real knowledge is the knowledge about the Brahma or Brahma Jnana. That is the real Brahma Jnana, self-realization, Brahma Jnana, Atma, to know about the your soul, supreme soul, Atma, Paramatma, Brahma Jnana. That is the real knowledge according to idealism. So, what is the value system according to idealism? So the nature of value. What is the nature of value? What is the axiology according to idealism? To idealism, values are prefixed, predetermined, unchanging, and ultimate. So idealists feel that or believe that values are unchanging. These are ultimate. These are on you can say the pre-existing. So the higher values like your truth, beauty, and goodness, what do we say, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, are the higher values believed by the idealist or the idealism believes on truth, beauty, and goodness. Clear? Truth, beauty, and goodness. Truth is beauty, beauty is goodness. So it believes on these things, truth, beauty, and goodness. So let me discuss the educational implication. What is the educational contribution of idealistic principle or idealism? What says idealism regarding education? What should be the aim of education? What should be the curriculum of education? Idealism emphasizes basically on the three aspects of human life. Try to understand. Idealism focuses three important things of life. First, evolution of life, human life, evolution of mind, emancipation of spirit, and realization of the higher will. Three things it emphasizes on the evolution of mind, a manifestation of spirit, and realization of higher values. These are the very three important components or aspects of idealism. Idealism. Okay. But according to idealists, it is not easy to achieve this without the help of education. And the idealists believe that, or idealism believes that, the evaluation of mind, emancipation of spirit, and realization of the higher values. So this can only be possible, or the goal of these things can only be achieved through the education. Education can only uh, be helpful to the individual for attaining the higher values, for self-realization. Okay, so this is the very important thing you are advocated by idealism. Education enables human being to distinguish himself from animals. So education is such an instrument, or education we can say is such a powerful tool which distinguishes human being uh, uh, with others. It distinguishes from animals. Okay, so because of education only makes human beings the being human. Okay, it makes the human beings rational. It makes the individuals intellectual. It makes the individual supreme. So the idealistic philosophy has its own view on education. Okay, regarding what should be the aim of education, the curriculum, what should be the curriculum to attain the goal of education, what should be the approaches, methods to attain the goals of education. So your idealistic principle or idealism has the specific or we can say the unique recommendations regarding the aims of education, methods of teaching, curriculum, etc. Let us discuss the aim of education. Try to understand. The question will come. What is the most important contribution of idealism to education? The most important contribution of idealism to education, that is the lofty aim of education. Lofty aim of education. So, what are the aim of education according to idealism? First thing is the beautification of human personality. Idealism emphasizes on the exaltation of the personality of the individual, beautification of the personality of the individual. Personality development is the one of the most important aim of education according to idealism. And the second very important thing is that how can the personality be developed? Development of the personality depends on, or the exaltation of the personality or beautification of the personality depends on the development of self-realization. What we have already discussed in previous videos also. Self-realization is the ultimate aim of education according to idealism. One should realize himself, know his own potentiality, know about his existence, know about his reality. Okay, so self-realization is the ultimate aim of education, should be the ultimate aim of education according to idealism. And next important thing, that inculcation of higher and spiritual value, higher and spiritual value. So it believes on the predetermined, pre-existed ultimate values. These are called the higher value. That is truth, beauty, and goodness. Truth, beauty, and goodness. It believes in three things. Okay. So truth is the intellectual value, beauty is the aesthetic value, and your goodness is the moral value. It believes that depends on this. It believes that development of the three things: truth, beauty, and goodness. Satyam, Shivam, and Sundaram. Okay. So next is the promotion of universal education for universal brotherhoods. Idealism believes on the universal brotherhood. It thinks that universal education should be provided to all, or education to all. So education should be made for all. Next is development of moral senses. Development of moral value or moral senses. Your idealism believes that development of moral values. Another thing is the character building. Character building is also another most important your aim of education according to idealism. Next is another important aim, that enrichment, preservation, transmission, and creation of culture. So the role of education is to preserve the culture, to conserve the culture, what was created due to the, we can say, due to sacrifice, due to the we can say hard labor, and due to the expenses of more time. So the culture what we have created due to different things, due to sacrifice, etc., that should be conserved, that should be preserved. Not only to conserve the culture is the aim of education, the culture that is conserved should be transmitted to the new generation. It should be transmitted to the new generation. The new generation should know the culture. You know, culture is the mirror of society. And besides the preservation or conservation or transmission of the culture should be developed. We have to develop the new culture according to the change of the times. Okay. Next is that promotion of creative powers. Promotion of creative power is also another important aim of idealism. And sublimation of instincts. So, prabhuti bole hum koche. Sublimation of instincts also another most important what the your aim of idealism. And the next aim is cultivating the value of simple living and higher thinking. So high thinking and simple living, ସରଳ ଜୀବନଯାପନ ଆଉ ଉନ୍ନତ ବା ଉତ୍କୃଷ୍ଟ ଚିନ୍ତନ ହଉଛି ନା ଆମର କଣ ନା ଆଦର୍ଶବାଦର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ଅଛି. So if these lofty aims are recommended by the idealism to education, education should attain these aim of education. But how can these aims be attained without the good curriculum? You know, the good curriculum can only attain the predetermined goals or aims of education. So to attain these goals or aims of education, idealism recommends the fittest curriculum. What should be curriculum? According to idealism, curriculum should able to attain the aim of education life. It should build up a human child to be an ideal man, all human with all human virtues and higher values. So curriculum should be we have to adapt such type of the curriculum. That's why each and every human child can be the ideal human beings having all human virtues and values, higher values. So to develop, to cultivate, to inculcate the different higher values or the moral to make the individuals ideal individuals, or you can say the individuals with the high moral capacity and moral values. So what should the curriculum, nature of the curriculum? The curriculum should be humanities, then positive sciences, literature, philosophy, and scriptures are should be in the curriculum. Geography, mathematics, science are should be in the curriculum. Fine art, music, and poetry. Without the fine art, music, and poetry, the beauty, we can say the higher value beauty, that cannot be attained. Okay. Aesthetic sense cannot be realized without the music, without your art, without poetry. Similarly, gymnastic, athletics, and handicrafts are also essential. These are for the very experiential learning. These are for the, we can say, for the physical development, or the, we can say, making the individual self-sufficiency. So these are the you are the contents of the subjects recommended by idealism. So for the curriculum is concerned, let me discuss what should be the methods of teaching according to idealist. I have told you that the most important contribution of idealism is your lofty aim of education, and it also recommends some. Of course, the idealism is very weak. The weakest point of idealism is the methods of teaching. It has not prescribed the specific method for attaining the goal of education. Still, different you are idealist, different philosophers believing who do believe the idealistic principle or idealism, they have recommended different methods of teaching. Some of them are your question answer method by Socrates, inductive deductive method by Plato, logic method by Hegel, play-by and activity method by the Pestalozzi. So these are the some you are the philosopher, or the, we can say, who believe on the advocate the idealism. So they believe on this type of methods of teaching. And let me discuss the what should be the your discipline according to idealism. Strict discipline. They follow the strict discipline. It means that idealism believes on the strict discipline, and the role of the teacher is to monitor or to control the students' behavior, and idealists emphasize both impressionistic and repressionistic discipline in the school. Here, the teachers play a very vital role, like God or saint. Students are given a freedom as a license. Teacher always treat the child like his child, and child as father. It means that there should be the good relationship with the teacher and taught. The teacher should like the father, and students are just like the children. There should be good father and son relationship between the students and teachers. Okay, and here, according to the idealistic principles or idealism, it emphasizes the strict principles. It means that the teacher should control the behavior of the students. So this is the your discipline according to idealism. Let us discuss what is the contribution of idealism to education. The most important contribution I have told you for idealism is lofty aim of education. Next is focus on the development of personality. Morality, character building, humanities are the basis of idealism. Emphasis to make a man spiritual being, add on with the higher values, universal brotherhood, which is need of the day. So, in conclusion, we can say, in short, what I have discussed here regarding idealism. Idealism believes on the spiritual value. Idealism believes on the morality, character building, universal brotherhood, exaltation of the personality, your self-realization. So these are the most important contribution or points recommended by the idealism. Actually, idealism wants to your make human being the spiritual being. So this is regarding idealism. So question will come in your B.Ed examination. Discuss the educational philosophy of idealism. Discuss the contribution of idealism to education. Contribution of idealism to education. These are the long questions. I know many long short questions will you get. in NET, OTT, OSTET, etc. What is the metaphysics of idealism or idealistic philosophy? What should be the ultimate aim of idealism? What is the most important contribution of idealism to education? Okay, who are the supporters of idealism? So these are the very multiple type choice question or objective type questions. Okay, let me discuss another philosophy, Western philosophy, that is the naturalism. After discussion of these three idealism, naturalism, practice, okay, let me discuss the naturalism. Naturalism is just opposite of idealism. Contrary to the idealism, naturalism evolved. It means it was developed opposing the idealistic principle or idealisms. In a simple word, naturalism means belief in nature. Belief in nature. It strongly opposes the spirit or mind of idealism. You know what I have told you? What is the metaphysics of idealism? Spiritualism. Spirit or matter or mind. So spirit or mind. But naturalism rejects that, strictly rejects that, and it opposes the spirits or mind of idealism. It believes on matter. So idealism believes on spirit, naturalism believes on matter. Okay, so it believes that there is nothing behind nature, beyond nature, or other than nature. Your nature is reality, nature is ultimate thing, nothing beyond, behind, or other than nature. This is the chief characteristics or motto of naturalism. The nature represents entire reality. Your naturalism says the nature represents the entire reality. James Ward defines naturalism as a doctrine that separates nature from God. That separates nature from God. It doesn't believe in that God. It doesn't believe on the Almighty. It doesn't believe on the spiritual things. It doesn't believe on the prefixed your higher values. Okay. So naturalism believes on the nature, and this philosophy separates nature from God, subordinates spirit to matter, and set up unchangeable law is supreme. Try to understand. Very important definition given by James Ward. Naturalism is the doctrine. Naturalism is the philosophy that separates nature from God. Okay, and subordinates spirit to matter. It replaces matter in the place of spirit. It doesn't believe in the spirit. It believes on matter and sets off unchangeable law as supreme. Unchangeable law is the supreme. So this is the definition or the regarding your naturalism. Let me discuss the characteristics of or chief characteristics of naturalism. What are the major characteristics or features of naturalism? First thing is that nature is the reality. Prakriti hochi ସବୁ କିଛି. Prakriti is beliefs on Vastava. Nature is the reality. No faith on soul, soul, supreme soul, Atma, Paramatma, Gyan, Brahma Gyan. No, it doesn't believe on those things. It thinks no faith on soul, no supreme soul, no Almighty, no God, nothing. It believes in science, no distinction between the body and mind. It thinks that body and mind are the same thing. There is no differences. Okay. So material world is the real world, not the mind or spirit. Naturalism says that material world is the real world. There is no spiritual world, only material world. Freedom of thought, expression, and activity are the basis. Naturalism based on your freedom of thought. It believes on expression and activity. Okay, there is nothing like supernatural. It thinks there is nothing like supernatural, nothing like the supreme soul, nothing else. Only the nature, only the material. Okay, so it believes on mechanical behavior of man. It believes on the mechanical behavior of man. Knowledge gained through the experiences and experiments of the real. It says that what the knowledge we are getting from the experiences, from the experiments, through observation. So that is the real knowledge. Okay. Everything in nature is dynamic, nothing is permanent. It says that your nature is changing, it is dynamic, it is not static, it is not permanent. So everything is changing day by day. So, and another most important characteristics according to naturalism that nature is the best book. It says that nature is the best book. We should learn from nature and we should learn in the lap of nature. So nature is the best book. Okay, so this is regarding your the characteristics of naturalism. Let me discuss the educational implication of educational implication of naturalism. So, giving slogans of back to nature. Naturalism, the main slogan of naturalism, back to nature. So, break the chains of society, break the chain of society and back to nature. Rousseau is one of the strong advocates of naturalism. Okay, yeah. So, back to nature is the important slogan of your naturalism, and break the chains of society, the bondage of society. Okay, so naturalism appeared on the educational scene as a revolt against the stereotyped and formal system of education. It opposes the formal system of education. It opposes the your stereotype of education. If you read the negative education of your J.J. Rousseau, you can understand better what is the education according to naturalism, what is the education according to Rousseau. You can understand better. It doesn't believe on the formal system of education. It doesn't believe on the your dull and your stereotype education or traditional system of education. The naturalistic education is based on the principles like follow nature. Okay, naturalism believes on the follow nature, and it believes self-learning. One should learn by himself. How? Because by nature, from psychological point of view, by nature, each and every individual different. The capacity, the potentiality, the ability, attitude, interest, aptitude of the individuals different from one another. If individuals differ from one another, how can they learn in the same way? How can the single method will be implemented for all? So everybody should learn. Everybody is the unique learner. Everybody should learn on their own pace. That is what is called the self-learning. Okay. So ଶିକ୍ଷଣ ଦେବାକୁ କହୁଛେ ପିଲା ନିଜର ଯେହେତୁ ଦକ୍ଷତା ଭିନ୍ନ ଆଗ୍ରହ ଭିନ୍ନ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଶକ୍ତି ଭିନ୍ନ ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ମେଧା ଶକ୍ତି ସାମର୍ଥ୍ୟ ଶକ୍ତି ସବୁ ଭିନ୍ନ ଭିନ୍ନ ତେବେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଗୋଟିଏ ପ୍ରକାର କଥା କେମିତି ହବ ତେଣୁ ସମସ୍ତେ ନିଜ ନିଜର ସାମର୍ଥ୍ୟ ଅନୁସାରେ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଅନୁସାରେ ସେମାନେ ଅଧ୍ୟୟନ କରିବା ଦରକାର ଅଛି ବା ଶିକ୍ଷଣ କରିବା ଦରକାର ଅଛି ସୋ ଇଟ୍ ବିଲିଭ୍ସ ଅନ୍ ଫଲୋ ନେଚର ସେଲ୍ଫ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରିକ ଏଜୁକେସନ idealism believes on the more or less the teacher centric education but naturalism believes the child centric education. Child is the center. On the basis of the child, interest of the child, ability, age, standard of the child, education should be provided. Okay, education should not be imposed on the what children. The children should learn on their self-pacing on their own way, and there should be the child-centric education. And this philosophy, a naturalistic philosophy of naturalism, believes on the maximum freedom to child. Oh, it means that we should provide the maximum freedom to the liberate to the child, so the self-expression is possible, self-development is possible. Okay, so progressive manner of education. Naturalism believes on the progressive manner of education. No prefixed education, no stereotyped education. It believes on the progressive manner of education, and it believes that sense organs are the gateway of knowledge. But I have told also Sri Aurobindo also told the in his vital education that is sense organs are the gateway of knowledge. One should learn through the sense organs. Okay. So instincts, the basis of education. It says that instincts, the basis of education. Okay. So next is your mentalistic education and negative education. Naturalism believes on the negative education, what is propagated by or advocated by what you are Rousseau. Okay. So let me discuss the aim of education according to naturalism. What should be the aim of education? Naturalism, you are believe that so naturalism believe that it is very difficult to establish. I have told you the most important contribution of idealism is the lofty aim of education. So here, of course, there is no specific prescribed aim and aims aim of education according to naturalism. Still, different philosophers who are believing on the naturalistic philosophy or naturalism, they have prescribed, they have given their views regarding the aim of education. Some of the aim of education are first thing is that inspiring for self-expression. I have told you while I was discussing about the principles or features of naturalism. Naturalism believe on the self-pacing. Naturalism believe the freedom of the children. So when freedom is given, okay, so the self-expression is possible. So the most important aim of education is inspiring the self-expression. They should express their views. So their creativity, their talents, their hidden qualities should be expressed. So through the freedom, okay. Struggle for existence. It believes on the struggle for existence. Everybody should struggle to survive, struggle to exist, okay. Sublimation and a redirection of the instincts is another aim of education. Promotion of the natural education. It believes on the natural education, okay. Conditioning of reflex actions, okay. Adjustment to environment, development of physical and natural powers. So adaptation to the environment, adjustment to the environment. You are developing the physical and natural powers. Progressive and unrestricted development. Progressive development. You believe in the progressive development or unrestricted development. The students should not be restricted. They should be allowed the freedom and liberty. So they will develop in their own way. So another aim of education is self-pacing and you are self-learning. Self-pacing and self-learning and facilitating freedom and happiness. It believes on the to facilitate the freedom and happiness of the children and perfect development of individuality. So idealism believes on the development of the personality and it believes on the perfect development of the individuality. So this is regarding the your aim of education according to naturalism. Let me discuss what should be the curriculum according to naturalism. Naturalism neither follows the stereotyped curriculum nor support the rigid or fixed curriculum. It doesn't believe the fixed curriculum, rather it believes the flexible curriculum. You know, your society is changing day by day. That's why it thinks that there is no fixed value. Okay, so it thinks that it believes on the flexible curriculum, the child-centric and your activity-oriented curriculum. Try to understand your naturalism believes on the child-centric, experience-based, and activity-oriented curriculum. To naturalists, curriculum should be constructed. How curriculum should be checked out? How curriculum should be constructed or developed? Curriculum should be constructed basing upon psychology of the child. So, whenever we are preparing the curriculum, whenever we are developing curriculum, should consult the mind, the psychological basis of the child. According to the psychological basis, according to the psychological principles, the curriculum should be intelligent. And instead of rote memories, they advocate teaching